Hey there, moving right along here. We have our next one, which is going to be the high ticket webinar. Okay, this is a real life, this is one of my favorite, this is one of my main funnels that I personally use. And so I'm really excited to share it with you because it's very lucrative for high ticket offers. All right, it helps to automate a lot of the selling process for high end items. Okay, and this is the exact sales funnel that we use. This is for a travel offer. Um, Again, you don't, this, I did it exactly to give you exactly what we use. This offer has gone on to get a 2 Comma Club award. Okay, so this process works. Okay, it it's something that you can model after, and just of course, use your own sales appeal, whatever it is that your offer is going to do, by referring back to our funnel building checklist with your pre-funnel build, knowing who your audience is, what is your offer. Okay, draw out all your pages, sketches. I mean, our team collaborated to really figure out how we wanted to do this. This came after a couple tweaks. So I'll give you that kind of pre-frame, some things to let you know about this. The reason this is a 5-page funnel for high ticket offer is that, the registration page is registering them, for a webinar, web class kind of thing. All right, and has a great sales hook. Then the bridge page is to use for all of our different affiliates, because while this is mine, it's easy because I'm in the webinar giving the speech. But since we have different affiliates, we let them kind of pre-frame the offer to them, like, why is it important for them to watch this webinar all the way through? What are the benefits? What are the, what is the result that they can have from it? All right, and we give them some scripts to follow on this bridge page. Okay, so right here you can do this for yourself, or if you're looking to have a bunch of affiliates for your high ticket offer. That's why it's important to have a bridge page to pre-frame people on why it's important to commit to watching like a 90-minute webinar. That bridge page is really, you want to intensify the reasonings, and leave some open-ended loops that, leave some desire to figure it out. Okay. Then, of course, we have the webinar broadcast room, where it's a basic sales webinar following the perfect webinar script. And then this is our application page. We used to have this click out to a separate page on Typeform, but the problem was we couldn't pixel or retarget people that were on the application but did not apply. So an easy solution to that is we embed the application on a ClickFunnels page, as along with different intensifiers to remind them why it's such a great idea to apply for this offer. And then after they apply, they're given a homework page, or goodie page as we call it, which basically is a bunch of extra content for them to keep doing their research on what our offer is, and to help answer a lot of the FAQs before we get on the phone with them to, make sure it's a good fit for everybody involved. Okay, so with that being said, I'm going to walk through this, and since it is so specifically tailored to my particular offer, I'm not going to talk too much about the offer. I want you to more see this as, how could you switch out what we're doing here and use it for yourself for a high ticket campaign. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into the first page. Get some of these pages out the way. So capture page, this is, pretty standard type capture page. This is really looking just for lead generation purposes. So like with all capture pages, you want to have a good hook, a good desire for what people want. Some different biologically programmed core desires that people have are, so personal survival, so we all want to survive and thrive. All right, enjoyment of life, life extension, enjoyment of food, beverages, freedom from fear, pain, or danger. Relationships or sexual companionships is a strong core desire. Okay, so you know that, all right, and do it in a way that you can weave in some relationship type stuff. Like, as you see here, the picture I chose is me and my wife, so that they can, kind of, people are going to project their own kind of life into things that they see. All right, other things are different people want to be superior, or they want to keep up with the Joneses. They want to be competitive with other people. Okay. And they also want to care and protect about their loved ones, as well as have social approval. Okay. That's like a laundry list of different biologically programmed stuff that you should be going through in your avatar trainings. And you'll see a couple of these things woven into this capture page, and the sense of, a transition from I was here, now I'm here, relationship type stuff. The little signature deal here helps. It's proven that, like, if you have signature type stuff on your content, it shows more authority kind of deal, influence, and stuff like that. Okay. The capture page, let me go here so you can see it more. We have a social desire to travel often, because who doesn't want to travel to paradise and get paid to do it? So it's a good sales appeal targeted to people that like to travel. And then this is just an open-ended loop on, like, all right, how does this happen? How are you able to do it? I want to figure out the solution to this, so they opt in. Okay. And that's the basic overview of this page. Okay. And of course, you want to do all your infrastructure tweaks. Okay. We want to make sure that we have our pixel added to it, our email autoresponder, and make sure that it hits all the nerves of what we're offering, how it can make their life better, and what do I need to do to get it. And that's all clearly explained here. Because remember, our goal in this funnel is not to get a quick sale. This is a relationship building experience. So anytime you're building a relationship, you want to make sure that you show value in continuing that relationship, okay, to that other person, to that other party. So this is the bridge video. You can see, real simple. Congrats, your webinar will begin. I have a 1 minute, you can see here, 1 minute, 5-second timer that will then redirect. And because anytime you have a timer, you have to redirect it to the next page. Okay. And this link I'm just going to take out because it doesn't matter. And underneath here, we give them some reasons of why they need to stay in print, as well as in the video. Let me go back here so y'all can see what this page looks like. So what I've done here is model, the next page that they're going to be on is the same one. Tell them, hey, stay on this page. You're in the right spot. This is what you're about to discover. And I've given you a bonus. See, anytime you can give people a bonus that they didn't expect, that's like sowing some goodwill. Okay. And in this 10-minute video, I don't sell them nothing other than I'm selling them on the idea of how Hawaii is a freaking amazing place to go. And most people don't realize you can travel there for a lot cheaper than you think. Okay, with these travel secrets that we're going to give you, kind of deal. That's the bridge page. Again, I really recommend having a personal video if you're doing high ticket sales, because high ticket sales are all about relationships. Like, people want to feel good about who they're doing business with. So as I've said before, do video, shoot the video, turn it on. It doesn't have to be great. Your first videos, just accept that they will suck. Okay, you won't feel great about them, but based on the creator's code, progression, not perfection. All right. And you can beautify it later on. Okay. Till eventually it becomes second nature, and you just get, really, really comfortable with going through those things. So bridge page, pretty straightforward. You're going to have to do some customization on a lot of this for this funnel, because this one's more to help show you the blueprint of what is proven to work versus just theory type stuff. Again, on the webinar broadcast room, some things that you want to take note of is that we have the exact same promise that we had on our capture page plastered on the top here. We have a reason to stay till the end, all right, about a benefit, how they can save by watching it. So just reminding them. And then this is the call to action button. And we've split tested personally between keeping the button up or timing it to where it pops up later. And we see better conversions by having the button there the whole time. But we've done a little thing that I'll show you on the next page to help change that up, kind of thing. Let me make sure. All right, so that's there. Basic standard video opt-in type thing. Same background as before. We just lightened it. or darkened it rather, to help put the focus on the front of the page. So this is a little quick tip. We find that for whatever reason, if you have a button and then you have a hyperlink button, they go to the same exact place, but you'll see more people will click on this than they will the big button. Don't ask us why. It just, we've seen that happen with the stats, okay? So that's the webinar page. All you really need is a video, opt-in box. You can add a social proof box if you want, okay? And you can do that. Let's see. So Facebook comments, if you drop this in there, you can put your comment URL right there, how many posts you want to have, and you know, then you would have people's comments there to show some social proof if you want. I find just depending on your offer, we like just to isolate it straight to what it is that we're talking about, kind of thing. Okay. Let's leave there. So this is probably the biggest part. Up until this point, it's been pretty standard. It's, you know, a big promise, pre-frame, sales webinar, but this is where the magic happens for high ticket, is your application and homework setup, okay? How you set up your offer. And I hit the wrong button there. Okay, so the way we have this done is a little welcome mat, is for those people that are on the webinar and then they see that button that says yes, I'm ready to get started. In the first 5 minutes they hurry up and click it and get ahead of themselves. All right, if they come to this page, what happens is they'll see this little teaser type headline. All right, give me 1 minute to create your application, and then there's a timer right here. And then this is a screenshot of in the first 2 minutes of the big promise that we have, where we show them the cool savings that we're able to show to you know, explain how they can get that themselves. Once this minute timer runs out, okay, I'll show you what it's set up to do. So it's set to show and hide element. So it's hiding these. So it's hiding this big black box, and it's revealing the whole application process, all this right here, okay? And so you'll see, let me go back here. All right, hold on. So as you'll see here, again, you can set this up, revisit actions, hide timer, and show section rows. So like if this means that if they click on that application and they have to wait the minute for the welcome mat just so that they don't get too far ahead of themselves, okay? Later on it will have it show them, okay? And you could have it reset the timer depending on whatever offer it is you consider what's best for you. We did have this where it was a 30-minute timer, where if they went to this page, they have to watch the webinar for at least 30 minutes. But then we discovered in hindsight that if the first time they clicked on it was whenever they actually waited the full 60 minutes for the application to reveal all the benefits, that they then need to wait. So that didn't really work. So you'll have to do trial and error or stuff like that. But this is just one example of how we're doing it with it. There's the bigger thing is with your application page is that, you know, right here, we let them know exactly where to apply. We have the type form embed right here. And then we reinforce all the benefits of applying that they get, okay? Right? So we wanted to make them feel good about their choice with that, because before all we did was send them straight to an application thing, and there wasn't really any you know, desire reinforced with it, okay? So this is what it looks like after the time clock goes out. It just simply says apply for your Renaissance membership, has a logic-based type form, or a logic-based questionnaire. So based on their answers, they get different questions for their application so that our follow-up team can make sure that we're answering their specific issues, okay? And as you can see when they scroll, whether it's everything stacks real nicely, okay, or it's nice side by side. All right. And again, this is page is pixeled so that we can retarget to say like, hey, we saw you were checking out, but you didn't apply. You know, what were you waiting on? Is there something I can help you with? Kind of deal. Let's get back to that funnel. All right. So that's the application. Okay. Now the post application, this is where the real magic happens because they'll probably spend more time on this page than anything else. All right. Because it answers all the FAQs that we haven't been able to hit yet on the webinar, because the webinar for a high ticket offer is just to educate them enough to say, is it worth my time to look into this deeper? Okay. And your offer stack needs to be so intense that they're like, all right, this is, I want to know more. This is something that I really want to take a look at. So on our post application page, we highlight our Renaissance Guide, our affiliates kind of thing. So if you have a team of people doing selling for you kind of deal for your product or service, have them highlight and positioned as the authority. We have a next step to basically walk them through. It's like a 15-minute video to say like, hey, this is what you can expect going forward. And we talk about how they're going to be contacted by a Renaissance Guide. They're going to ask to set up a time to make sure that, you know, it's a good time for them to talk without many distractions. And they're going to expect you to have watched, you know, some of the homework, or not really homework, but the educational videos that we have, okay, on this page. And then we kind of sum up everything that they get, okay? And it's a, you know, just a standard offer stack, right? And then on the webinar, we did this thing where we said there's also a secret bonus, but you have to apply to be able to get, to find out what that is, to learn more about it. So this part, we reveal the secret bonus. That's and the best thing is for offers is have real value offers. Don't just do price gouging type stuff to say like, hey, this is $3,000 thing. Like actually have a real, you know, offer kind of thing, because each of these things are really $1,000 each that they get for free when they get it. But we have a little explainer video there of what that is. So then intensifying the stack again. And then we have some bonuses that we didn't even talk about these in the webinar, okay, that they find out about afterwards, summing up the total value, and then some more bonus trainings where this is a webinar speech, or not webinar speech, this was a live speech that was given that many people have gotten a lot of value out of. So we know that people, this is a very selling some goodwill. It's the owner of the company talking about some really great stuff. And then I intensify it with showing them us actually using the offer that we have here, okay? So anytime you can show your product in use for high ticket and show them how, you know, the cost, while it is high, and you acknowledge that, yes, this is a high ticket offer, can you see how this is actually saving you more money than it costs? And that's what these videos help do, okay? And then at the end of it, we refer them back to the corporate website so they understand that, yeah, real company, real results. Because anytime you do stuff online, people get, say, is this real? It almost seems too good to be true. And then we sum this up, again, pointing them back to their Renaissance Guide or the affiliate that's going to be following up with them to make sure that it's a perfect fit for their needs, okay? And this page is really going to be one that you can use for pixel retargeting as well, to be able to, these are your hottest buyers right here, okay? And with a high ticket offer, you're going with a desire-based registration page, a pre-frame video for the webinar, you got the webinar broadcast room, application page with desire and intensification about the benefits that they get, and then the homework page dives in deeper to like why those benefits, like how do they happen, the features of them, like really pointing out, you know, that this is a real deal type thing. And then to intensify it, what you also can be doing is your indoctrination pages. And so what I've done, I'll just show you some. What I do, because everybody does their own affiliate follow-ups, is I show people, you know, some of the other places that we've gone, and this is the indoctrination stuff that it doesn't really matter. It doesn't relate directly to the webinar, like if they saw those videos or not, it doesn't hurt them. It only helps them intensify the desire to travel, because that's related to our offer. Whatever your offer is, okay, whether it be coaching or something like that, then you can intensify it as needed with some intermediate videos. And you can do that if you just hit the add step and say or let's say education follow-up. All right, and let's say we don't want to have it in the funnel, and we just say edu, create funnel step. This is how you could create a quick indoctrination page to educate people on. I would just do a simple sales video, okay, like one of these, preview. All right, that's good enough. Select template. So on here, what you would do with your indoctrination page is have a compelling headline. Let me do this. Sometimes you got to do it like that and then drag it up. So or probably like a quote, we never travel the same. So on this video for the indoctrination, I would talk about all the joys from the vacations and stuff that we have. Okay, I'm not going to talk about the product or the offer or anything like that. I'm going to intensify the end result, the result of the result, not the product, but what the product gives me. Okay, and that's going to intense the desire to say right here, to say, you know, watch the web class to learn more. Okay, and point them back to the webinar, because they might not want to be ready to commit to 90 minutes, but if they want to connect to 5 to 10 minutes of just a intensification indoctrination video, that's going to help and hook them to stick around for the web class, which then will get them to apply, then gets them to get you on the phone, and then close the deal. And you have such a great offer that everybody wins, and you know, we're happy-go-lucky with it. Okay. So I really recommend high ticket offers to use. Again, registration, bridge, intensify the desire, awesome, perfect webinar sales script. And should I go? I should probably show you the perfect webinar script while we have it. Let's talk about that, and we'll wrap this up. All right, so the perfect webinar, this is the sales script that Russell came up with, that a lot of people in the funnel building community use this script. So your intro is, you know, basically right here. You could do all this in like 10 minutes, okay? Like let's say 2 minutes each. You know, really this could be like 1 minute, 2 minutes, 1 minute, 3-4 minutes qualifying yourself, and then really future pace with the last few minutes, leading into the one big desire and the 3 secrets to each of them. And basically you're breaking their beliefs and rebuilding old stuff. Because if you're able to reframe people, like give them aha moments to things, and then reframe what it is they believe to be true, all right? And obviously integrity here in the sense of like, make sure you're telling the truth and you're not doing bait and switch type stuff. But it's really just educating and making them aware of like, hey, did you know? And, you know, many people falsely believe that this is the reality, when in fact, this is what I find to be true, and here's why. Okay. And you have your 3 secrets. And then after you go through those 3 secrets, you ask them a question and you say, if all this did was, you know, and then you stack your different offers. All right. And if you've been on webinars, you've seen people do this, and you're like, oh, that's how they do it. They're following a framework, okay? And then there's a whole bunch of different types of closes that you can use for your webinar, okay? And this is exactly what we followed for our webinar. We actually use the perfect webinar script in the sense of the funnel scripts, perfect webinar template, where you basically just go through and answer a lot of questions, and it gives you, you know, everything that you need to create the slides and stuff like that. Let me see if I have it handy. for you. If not, we'll do a separate video on it. And with the perfect webinar script, like I said, basically you want about 10 minutes on your intro. Don't go too far into, just hit the high points. All right. They don't really want to hear your whole backstory of rags to riches or, where you come from. They want to know, how can you help me? Okay. And you really just need to, give them a reason to stick around, get their attention, qualify yourself, and then give them an idea of what their life could be like if they are to listen to and implement what it is you're about to teach them. Then your content needs to be about 30-45 minutes of pure value, where like even if they don't buy anything from you, they feel like, hey, they didn't waste my time with this information. I feel really good about spending that hour on the webinar. And then if it's a good fit, you go into your close to say like, hey, we had a really good time. Let me give you an offer here. And you stack your offer. Your offer stack should be about 30 minutes of really stacking the value. And then you want to do another 30 minutes of closing by answering a lot of the FAQs and pointing them to it, which for a high ticket offer, you're pointing them to just an application of some sort. If you're closing, if you're doing a sub like perfectly $9.97 type offer, that's the good sweet spot. You can direct them straight to the checkout and give them all the different reasons why they should be checking out and buying it now with limited bonuses, incentives, and stuff like that. All right. But studying the perfect webinar script is a must if you're going to be doing webinars, whether that be standard webinars or high ticket into application type webinars. Okay. Peace.